We're continuing. I'm not going to fucking do an intro. Fuck everything. Yeah. Yes, you will all impact the water at high velocity speeds. Most of you are fine. Morgan, as she strikes the water, it is more like striking concrete when she loses consciousness, face down in the briny depths. There is simply water as far as the eye can see, left, right, from horizon to horizon. There is nothing but the endless, boundless sea.
First thing Callie's going to do, like checks, she goes 1, 2, 3. Doesn't seem to be going to scramble her essentially up over her, under her, and try and pull Morgan to the surface essentially.
Okay, Morgan is pulled to the surface.
Rhiannon is gasping and sputtering, but treading water okay. She does not look comfortable with this turn of events at all.
You guys are, as I say, being buffeted around by the strong ocean currents. You feel the movements of the rhythmic patterns start to sweep you left and right. However, off in the distance, you also see something else. You hear it before you see it. You hear a hum, hum. And then, coming over the horizon, you see this. Approaching you.
Yeah, Callie kind of looks at everybody. Follow me. Swim towards the boat. Follow my lead. She's kind of like hauling Morgan under her shoulder, like, doing the side stroke type thing.
And so the swimming begins.
Okay. Can you guys please make me strength athletics checks to swim?
Certainly.
Difficulty 7.
Willpower on this bad boy.
Yeah, same here.
Three.
2.
Tony, yours would be difficulty 8 because you're also kind of paddling with Morgan.
I get 2.
Okay. That's fine. You all will successfully manage to traverse the wreathing waters and the bilious tides to the ship. As you look aboard, you will see that there is only one huge figure aboard with one gigantic pair of oars as he propels a long ship forward with nothing but his sinewy muscle. He is keeping his own beat with hum. One moment, I will find his picture. Do I have one for him? There it is. You will see this individual aboard as he is, he must easily be 20 feet tall. 18 to 20 feet tall, but he's currently sitting on a huge seat that traverses the boat's length, and he's rowing with 2 gigantic oars. Are you attempting to clamber aboard?
Callie would let out a call first because climbing on board on a person's ship without saying something is a bit rude. So she'll let out a call, first in Nordic, to see if he kind of hears her essentially.
Who is that I hear?
Callie Bjornsson, child of hell with her companions, looking to come aboard your vessel.
You're a long way from anywhere, Callie Bjornsson, daughter of hell.
Yes.
Fine. Come aboard. Come aboard and let Heimar have a look at you.
Thank you. And she turned to Kevin, like, help me up, essentially. She's like pushing Morgan up onto the top part of it.
Kevin does his best to be helpful.
Okay. Morgan, you will regain consciousness now as you are physically being manhandled onto a ship.
There is an abrupt sputtering and just enough flailing as she's like halfway over the edge for her to just completely and gracelessly topple into the boat like legs and arms kind of going like, what the fuck? Dunk. Oh, fuck me.
I like her. She has spirit.
Lays there, half upside down, like butt propped against the side of the boat, rubbing the back of her head. Is he speaking Norse?
He's speaking. No, he's not speaking in Norse. He is speaking essentially in spirit speech or spirit speak.
Still can't understand it, so just kind of a puzzled glance. She'll eventually write herself up so she can start hauling other people in. It just takes her a second to be like, the fuck just happened? I don't even... You know what? Fuck it. And yeah, start hauling people aboard.
Okay. You will all get on board without much issue. Long ships are generally quite low to the water, so they're actually quite easy to get aboard. As I said, Kali Bjornsson, daughter of hell, you're a long way from anywhere.
On an important quest to assist the realms. A hammer was taken, and it is broken into several pieces, and without it, the realm is in disarray.
He'll nod and he'll say, your friends don't name themselves.
Turn back and look at everybody.
Kevin, who's busy dripping salt water out of his everything, looks up.
If any of you had like a cell phone, wallet, it's all fucked.
Awesome. But for now, he just looks like a sad, wet dog.
Oh, let me see if I have in my notes what the fuck her symbol sent. Fucking meant
Eh.
on her hand.
Kevin Midgardsbane.
A fine name. Who gave it to you?
He kind of rubs his eyes, which I'm sure just feel great. I want to say Cert.
You'll see the beard bristle.
At least
You
I didn't
do-
lie to you.
You do truck with the enemies of the Azure.
No, in fact, we tricked him.
He leans forward and he says, that would be a mighty tale. I would hear it.
Just nod. She kind of will. Once my companions have introduced themselves, I'll tell you a fine tale of tricking Surtur. She'll look over at the other fucking Nordic follower and kind of like look at her, going like, "Come on."
Rhiannon Shaw, it is a pleasure to meet you.
For the record, he has now switched to speaking your lingua franca. So he is in fact speaking a different language for each one of you, the language that you are most comfortable with hearing. But he's able to make himself, basically, you hear it in the language that is your chosen language of choice. He will say, it is good to be seen and good to be heard, Miss Rhiannon Shaw. There's a kind of a nod of the head. Have you come far to be here?
Yes, I have. She kind of wraps her wet clothing around herself a little bit tighter and shivers as she's wet, and there's a light breeze constantly blowing around her.
I'm trying to remember, Katie, what was the name that Surtur gave you?
No, fuck if I know. I didn't write it down. I'm about to like just bullshit something.
Does anyone else remember what it was?
No.
Probably had something to do with her heritage. I don't know. I was gonna be like Raven's daughter because
I think he called you Ravensborn.
okay, that works.
If not, we'll go with that.
Yep, it is now. Yeah, Morgan will finally be like squeezing water out of her hair, and yeah. When it is her turn, we'll pop a glance up. Finally pull herself upright. Morgan Ravensborn.
I don't know your blood or your name, but you have a fine countenance, even if it is slightly soggy.
Yeah, she just kind of quirks a grin and, pops off a greeting gesture, something just casual.
So, Callie Bjornsson, daughter of Hela, you have a tale to tell me.
She'll nod and sit herself down. Again, a lot more comfortable. We are on a quest to help repair a certain hammer of a certain Aesir god. One of these hammer pieces ended up in the realm of Muspelheim. We arrived and gave proper hospitality, as one should, to Surt. And after all, we were honorable people. Surt demanded a few things, and him being the god, and she cracks her neck, difficult man, or god that he is, demanded a challenge of strength for the piece he held on to. My companion, should look over at Morgan, deemed that she would be best to do this, and through certain wording, they were both made equal as mortal, and an honorable challenge was done according to the Allfather himself. However, one slight thing he did overlook. Morgan and I are tied as joint leaders of our group. Fight one and you fight all of us. Morgan lost. Surt didn't. And with the distraction of my uncle, Fenrir, I planted the axe right into Surt's spine and made him submit. In front of his whole court.
It's good when that fiery bastard is taken down a peg or two. This is a good story.
Being back, looks at everybody like, yee. You know what I mean? Yees. Kind of nudge Rhiannon and whisper, laugh, it makes it easier.
Rhiannon will laugh a little nervously. Yeah, that's a great story. Such an asshole he is.
Morgan is just pouting mightily and shoving a now waterlogged bag of Skittles back into her pocket. Sulk intensifies.
So, you're looking for a hammer, well, or a piece of a hammer. Well, I don't know exactly what it is that you're here for. There's nothing out here except the edge, the end, and that's where we're going.
Oh. Well then.
Why are you going to the edge?
He kind of looks confused at you. I'm going to the edge, little miss, as I do whenever it is time, in an attempt to catch that which I have not yet caught, in an attempt to land the greatest prize in the sea, in the form of the great world serpent Jormander.
Oh.
I just rubbed her face like, oh boy, more family. She kind of looks over at Kevin like, hey.
Yeah. Kevin knows all about this world serpent because Callie has warned him. It's like, you know what's possibly worse than Mom? I don't know, the fucking mega snake.
Yep.
So it's this distant look and he kind of takes a peer over the boat, like that fearful look that there's no like intelligence in this. This is an emotional act, as though he'll pop his head over, and there it'll fucking be. Regardless of whether or not this is the truth, he still walks over and looks worriedly at the horizon.
Yeah, Morgan just gonna be studying Callie like, you are my barometer.
Callie's face is just, oh God, that's my uncle. And you're, oh no. You know, just kind of rubbing her face.
As I said, I have yet to catch him, but one day I'll land that bastard.
Why do you seek to catch him, if you don't mind me asking?
He killed my sons, Helvi, Halva, and Hollenstedt. I'll have vengeance on the bastard as a father is owed.
Ah. As is your right, yes.
Well, needless to say, if I had home, but I unfortunately do not have time to return you to land, and you clearly have a purpose for being here, else you would not be. So, do we find ourselves at an impasse, I wonder?
We seem to be. For you have the boat, and there's nothing but an endless sea.
Well, you're free to come along with me, or I can put you back where it is I found you.
The boat is nice.
Out of character, there's also the third option of attempting to kill him and taking the boat.
He's a lot bigger than me.
Yeah, that's totally feasible.
No.
Kevin remembers the last time he met a giant. Kevin remembers everything.
When was the last time Kevin? It was Serta, wasn't it?
I mean, like a giant type creature, like the troll. Remember what happened to the troll?
You tried to nerve punch a troll, didn't you?
I tried to nerve strike a troll, and instead what I did was make some really kind of offensively funny waves on its belly, and then it fell on me.
All of the above happens, kind of tests.
Yep.
Morgan continues grumping on the bottom of the boat. She has no snackies. And she hates that story.
Yes, it's a nice boat. It's a lovely boat. It's a wonderful boat. I think we would all rather be on the boat than where you found us.
He looks at Morgan and he says, "The kitchen's below deck."
Is it below deck?
Mm.
Like, it's a longboat. She seems really puzzled.
Needless to say, I'm an old man. I like my comforts.
She gonna find this below deck. I don't care how big that door is. She's opening it.
It's not. Basically, you will find the fact that there is in the bottom of the boat a large trapdoor kind of thing, but that must clearly lead to the water.
Yeah. He's like, you really sure about this one? This looks like the let in the ocean door.
Not. He said, "Not everything is what you perceive."
Shrugs, opens. She ain't gonna ask twice.
You will indeed find a small staircase that leads down into a fully stocked kitchen with a large bed that is located at one end of the room and a large table carved out of hewn stone set in the center with 3 chairs.
No, hot shit.
There-
Enjoy the giant snake, guys. Toddles.
On the
There's
way
there's
down,
there's there's a roast boar spitted. It's slowly roasting.
on the way down, Kevin hands her a small sealed package. It's strawberry saltwater taffy.
She just kind of looks at him. Like, after all we've been through, how could you do this to me?
It's what I had on me.
You eat taffy?
I love taffy.
Oh my god. Your middle age is showing. Pops the saltwater taffy.
Are all of you retreating downstairs into the kitchen area?
Yeah, that's warm. And it's got
Yeah.
food.
Yeah. Warm is preferable. Someplace warmer would be very nice for Rhiannon.
There is a fire, as I say, burning away that is currently roasting a spitted boar.
Oh yeah, she'll get kind of sit down next to it and curl up to get dryish.
From above, you'll hear the hum, hum, as the momentum of the boat picks up again. You are free to role play here for a while to talk about what you want to do next, or we can move on. It's up to you.
Yeah. As Morgan is both trying to eat a thing that is actively roasting and burning her fingers and holding conversation. You know, she's like doing that little like, I'm just gonna snack a little, ooh, hot, put it in my mouth, still hot. So do we have a master plan for the uncle wrangling process here? Because I feel like this is gonna go sideways.
Oh, yeah, this is...
Or to the bottom of the ocean. I'm not even sure.
Okay, so... Hear me out now. What if he saw Callie and then didn't murder us all?
I mean, if this is a repeated legend, I imagine the boat doesn't sink, or at least that guy survives. Kind of jerks the thumb upwards. Otherwise, he wouldn't come back and do it again.
He'll come back and do it again because it's the same thing each time. They'll never quite catch each other, but they'll never quite kill each other. He seeks vengeance for his son, and the world serpent keeps surviving.
You know, this does lead to a series of uncomfortable questions because your mother is your mother.
Yes. Yes.
And your uncle, assumedly her brother, by the use of the word uncle, is a wolf.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And your other uncle, this is another uncle, right?
Yep. This is another one.
Is a mega sea snake.
Mm-hmm.
And assumably, all of these people came from the same mother.
Have you read any mythology, like ever?
I have been putting in an effort.
I mean, that's... Have you heard the story of the Minotaur? Waggles her eyebrows. Continues poking at
Okay,
this
so
fucking
like,
recipe.
if this was grandpapa, or wouldn't it be technically a grandfather type? Yeah, if this is grandpa in like a series of mothers, but there's still grandpa as the common link, making them all technically like brothers and sisters, I'd get it. But this was one mom and three violently different body types.
Don't question it, Kevin.
Okay.
Pats him on the shoulder.
So, assuming we don't get thrown from the boat, I guess we can either join in the fight or hunker down here and wait for it to be over.
If
One
the
of us-
piece of the hammer is where the fight will be, we'll have to get it.
Yeah, Yeah, one of us should probably turn our eyes on just so we'll know when it fucking shows up. For all I know, it's part of the damn boat.
You'll know when the world serpent shows.
I meant the hammer. Yeah, I'm gonna know when the. Pretty familiar with the snake tactics here. Oh.
Rhiannon will go through her bag and try to take stock of whether or not her little vials of oil survived.
Were they sealed?
Yes.
Were they in glass containers?
Yes.
Give me a second. I'll roll the dice because if the water wouldn't have damaged them, but the impact against the water might have shattered them.
Yeah.
The impact against the water shattered them.
Ah, fuck.
Hmm?
God. Okay. Well, my sacred oil is everywhere inside my bag. So, it's probably contaminated with water. I have no idea if I can even use it. And I can't do magic without it.
Blink, blink.
But I'm pretty handy with a bow.
We're just going to have to be clever about how we handle this. If Thor cannot beat the world serpent, kind of say it softly. Besides, the world serpent hates that fat dauber anyway. She'll lean back.
I'm just saying, putting money down on the piece being in his mouth. Putting money on it right now.
That means we'll have to go inside.
Yeah, well, that'll not suck.
Okay.
It's fine. My grandfather said he was often a pleasant man. Pleasant.
Oh.
Yeah, well, it'll be great. Be like, hi, I'm dating your niece. Please don't fucking eat me.
Why would you mention? Why would you mention?
Have we learned nothing, Kevin? Have we learned nothing?
I've been
You've
through a
noticed,
lot,
by the
man.
way, on a side note, you've noticed by the hurrum has stopped.
Ah,
boy.
shit.
Time to go. She just, start climbing back out again.
Oh, God. So,
Fun fact, you'll notice as you cut bits off the boar, the minute you look away from it and look back, the boar is entirely whole.
she wants this for her home. Can she have one? It's a feature.
You can ask.
Oh, she'll kind of glance after Kelly. She starts going up and then glance back at the other two. So, just fair heads up in case shit gets really hairy. It really hurts and it sucks, but I'm pretty sure I can't drown. So, I mean, I could get eaten alive. That's a thing that could happen, but I'm pretty sure I can't drown. So, in a pinch, if someone goes overboard, worry about them more.
Okay. Understood.
Oh, God. Fucking starts tromping up after Callie.
Okay. As you guys get onto deck, you will see the giant has stood up, and you will just see him cast an oxen head into the water. That has been an oxen's head into the water that has been speared with a long spear as it crashes into the surf below.
Callie very calmly watches and then ties her part of herself holding on. Actually, no, she won't tie herself, but she'll hold on to a part of the edge of the boat because, oh boy.
Okay. Hi, guys. Can everyone please make me a dexterity athletics check in order to keep your feet?
Yeah, I have those stats.
Difficulty 7.
Oh
Needing only one
boy!
success though.
Yay!
And no willpower.
4.
God damn it! You might have the appearance of a middle-aged accountant, but you move like a gazelle.
Good thing
Magic
I
is a
did.
powerful thing.
I got one success.
That's one success with the willpower. Okay.
Yeah. Ooh.
I got 3 successes with the willpower.
Okay, cool. Callie, you're thrown a little bit, but you manage to keep your balance just about. You will then see the water beneath you is turning into a flotsam and jetsam fueled spray as you see a dark shape, an impossibly large shape beneath you. And then you are immediately struck by the presence of 2 huge, bright yellow, luminescent eyes directly beneath you as the line pulls taut, as from beneath you emerges this.
Hey.
On a side note, I really like this picture. You hear, though it is much louder, it booms through you. You can almost feel your bones vibrate. You see in its mouth is tangled the spear as it attempted to devour the head of the oxen, and it is pulling and bucking against. But the giant's huge muscles bulge in his arms as he holds tight and he holds steady, though the ship itself is thrown like a rag doll left to right.
So the giant is all the way up there.
No, the giant is still stood on the boat. He's basically holding onto the rope of the spear that the spear is attached to, which has been tied around the mast, you notice. But yeah, basically he's holding onto it.
Oh,
Hooked him a big one.
What was that, sorry,
A
kid?
bigger boat.
I said he hooked him a big one. Oh yeah,
You
we're
will
gonna die.
Does anyone have Prime Sight active?
No.
Probably should have done that, but I
I
can
have
do
like
it
3
now.
effects
Fuck
on
it.
me already. I'm not sure
Fuck
how
it,
many
I'll-
actually count as a problem, but fuck it. Just
Fuck it, I'll put Prime Sight up. Boom, yeah. Prime Sight, bam. Prime Sight back.
Hi, Callie. How's it going?
Hey.
There's a
Hey, I
really
get to see
powerful
my
Prime
snake purple.
signature, similar to the handle coming from inside its mouth.
Of course it is. Yay. Okay. Okay then. Oh boy. She'll look over. She's been walked around a bit, and she'll meet Morgan's one eye, meet Kevin's 2 eyes, and Rhiannon. It's in the mouth.
Morgan
Yay!
starts cackling.
So, I have an idea, which is going to be horrific.
Okay.
Ooh, let me guess. Is it doing some secret agent man shit up the rope into his mouth?
Yeah.
You gonna
You're
fall?
right. That is horrific.
Oh, what?
Said you gonna fall?
No.
Okay, good.
What? Is it just me going? You could have just
Uh,
rocked her.
I feel like familial relation helps when crawling into a giant snake's mouth. I'll go with you though. Moral support.
Fine. You know, she's gonna like awkwardly wince. She's going over to the rope. Just like, no. Oh, she'll kind of look at the giant. I need you to keep hold of that. The spear is, it's, she points it with the saddest face. It's in the mouth.
Don't you worry, little one. I'll be holding this at least until Ragnarok come.
Good. It's great. Good. It's great. It's great.
Morgan is going to have a moment of epiphany and take a look back down in that kitchen. She's actually going to pop down there like, ooh, hold on. Are there like, if this is an old school style like setup, are there like pot hooks or meat hooks, anything like that?
Yeah.
Oh, she's snagging some of them.
Okay.
And some of that spare rope.
Okay.
And yeah, once she is put a length of rope on each one, is going to come back up and proceed to start tying one of the ropes, the other end, around Callie's waist.
Hmm.
All right, buddy. Here you go. And yeah, starts doing the same to each of them, including herself. And then kind of just points up at the rope like, at least if you lose your grip, you won't completely lose your shit. Better on the rope than in the water.
Yay! Okay.
Who wants to crawl into a sea serpent's mouth?
God, it is already starting climbing onto the rope to fucking.
All right, guys. We're gonna split this into 3 rolls. The first roll is gonna be basically how far you get before the. No, I'll leave that to myself. Would you guys like to make me a strength athletics check, please?
King.
Sure.
Lord.
Those are stats I have.
Oh, it's a good thing I did. 1 success. Oh, Jesus.
Oh god. Oh boy.
It is standard diff if it helps.
Okay, that helps a little bit. I got it. Here goes my willpower.
Strength athletics, Bob.
This is why there's a safety harness.
2 successes.
2.
Yay.
Oh, what was the difficulty?
Standard.
Oh, you spent willpower.
Yeah,
That's
I spent
fine.
willpower.
Oh, wait, I get 3. Ooh.
I spent willpower too, otherwise I would have failed. So yay.
Okay, cool. So everyone succeeds. All right. You're about halfway along the rope. You'll see the fact the snake's one of its huge yellow eyes fixes on you guys, and it kind of quirks its head.
Oh, there's the part wave. Callie does the wave. Like, hey.
You are very far away, so you're not sure if he doesn't know you from this distance, or bear in mind he's never met you face to face.
I know,
So-
that's the point. She doesn't know. It's like, do I wave? Do I say hi? How do we do this?
You're really loud. You're really loud.
She's
However,
just yell.
he starts to buck backwards, pulling on the rope. It is at this moment you see the fact the rope is beginning to tear. Please make me a Dex Athletics roll to climb faster.
Oh wow.
This will be difficulty 7 and will require a threshold of 2 successes.
Oh
Okay.
hell.
Just Heather hyperventilating. All right, try willpower.
4.
Okay.
Oh, that was
It's
fun.
like
They can have
having
a nice
willpower
little-
anyways.
You said difficulty
Huh.
7, right?
I only
Yes.
got 1 willpower spent. That would have been tragic otherwise. Jesus Christ.
Okay, I got the 3 successes.
These ones are trying to fuck me.
Okay,
I
so
think I
2
only
people
technically
fail.
I think I only technically get 2 even with the willpower. You said diff 7?
Oh yeah, no, it's diff 7. You require 2 successes. So
Oh, 2 successes, then I'm good.
yeah, okay. Did Callie fail?
Yeah, just Callie.
Yes, Callie. Callie falls from the rope.
I mean, this is what the hook is for.
I know. What is the combination of Callie's strength and stamina as a figure, as a number?
6.
Okay. Callie will fall. The rope will snap taut. Basically, you guys will need to make me a strength athletics check, and between all of you, you will need to accrue 6 successes.
What's the difficulty?
Standard diff.
Okay.
We got
That's
3.
2. That's
5.
Come on, Heather.
I believe in you.
Yeah. How many total do we have?
5. You just need
Okay.
one.
You just need one. That noise you made. The
Yay! All right. In the attempt to keep Callie from falling, guess who also falls? Hi, Rhiannon.
Oh, fuck.
The rope will once again snap tight. What is Rhiannon's total?
Of what?
Strength plus stamina.
Strength plus stamina total. It's 4.
Okay, that's not so bad, guys. You can muster 4 successes, right?
Okay,
I
just
hope so.
just keep pulling Callie. And yeah, fucking Callie, this is the part where you start yelling as she's grabbing for Rhiannon.
It's a bit hard when you're falling.
You're yelling now, aren't you?
Okay, here we go. 2 for me.
Well, at least you get Callie back up. She still needed 1 success. I've got her most of the way up, unless I don't think my
We needed 1 for Callie. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you managed to stabilize them, and the ropes, because basically you guys prevent yourselves from being pulled off, so you're still acting as anchors. Both of them will now need to make dexterity, will need to make strength athletics rolls, difficulty 7, requiring 2 successes in order to climb back up to where you guys are, but they haven't fallen off. Basically, that was the check to make sure that
Yay.
Woo!
I'm spending a willpower this time.
Spinning
I
a
think-
park. Oh. I got 2. Whew.
All right, you guys are able to make it back up onto the main rope. Just in time to hear the snapping noise.
Oh dear.
I'm gonna fucking say hi, Callie!
I've been falling. All right, yeah, and then she'll be just like turn and just yell at the top of her lungs. I can't yell as loud as Callie will yell, but she will say like, I'm Callie fucking Bjornsson. I'm your fucking niece because I'm out fucking. She's being swung around. You know what I mean?
Do you want to make me a charisma expression roll, difficulty 8?
Oh, this is a sad dice
Scream.
pool. Okay, I'm spinning the willpower again because this is a sad dice pool. Oh, Callie. Such a sad dice pool. Look
2
at that.
successes. Okay.
Yay!
You'll see its tongue flick out of its mouth. It smashes the boat with one kind of coil of its tail.
Or the piggy.
The boat doesn't actually smash the boat. But like the boat is just knocked very far away from it by a kind of a wave of sea and spray. Morgan the piggy lives. Or rather,
Yay, the piggy!
doesn't live. It's a dead piggy, but you know what I mean. It will look down. At this point, guys, you're going to need to make me the 3rd check, which is going to be strength athletics as you fall in order to basically, you will fall straight because you're at the angle where he's so large and the rope is snapped at such an angle that you will fall towards him. So the last roll is to basically get proper feet and purchase on his slippery body so you can basically start to climb upwards, if you understand me.
Oh, I got the 1 success.
I haven't set the difficulty yet because I was looking at my phone.
It was 10. My
That's
success is a
okay
10.
because unless it's 4 or less, I botch. Woo!
I got
Oh dear.
depending on my diff, I've got at least 4 successes. If it's diff
It
6,
was going to be diff 7, but yes.
I got 3. I got 3 successes.
I'll be fine. I'll just be waterlogged and mad. really mad.
Okay, here we go. Oh, one success because I spent willpower. Yay!
You guys are keeping track of your willpower, right?
Yes. I have one left now.
You are a sad panda,
I am
and
a
I am
sad-
soggy.
It's okay.
What is the equation mass of Morgan's strength and dex? Or strength and stamina?
Fuck. 6? But if the rope is snapped, I don't know that the hook will save her.
No, it's because you guys are all roped together. So this is what's giving you the ability to, because
Oh.
basically people will attempt to pull you back and make it so they don't fall. So if you guys would like to make me another strength athletics roll requiring 6 successes.
Huh.
For what it's worth, Morgan is cussing like a sailor. It's beautiful. It's
Fuck, fuck, fuck,
magnificent.
fuck, fuck, fuck.
You have never heard
got-
such profanity.
I got 4.
I got
Oh
2.
God,
Yeah, you managed to save her.
Callie.
It's all right. No,
please.
Heather. Heather,
No,
it's fine. No,
I'm
you
not,
need
I'm
to
not
know.
rolling. I'm not rolling.
Don't do it.
I stopped typing. I'm not rolling. And I'm not spending this last willpower yet either.
You see those huge eyes look down. He basically maneuvers his body. So you guys are actually now brought onto the level as he basically arches his body back in the serpentine way. So he's basically now looking down at you from a right angled perspective, but he's basically flattened that section of his body out so he can look straight down at you with those massive yellow eyes. Interesting. Girl child of my sister.
Hello, Uncle.
Why do you come to the edge of all things?
We are in search of a piece of a hammer. That piece ends up in your mouth.
Why is it the daughter of my dear sister wishes to reforge the item that will kill me at Ragnarok?
Oh shit!
You didn't think he'd have awareness of the story, did you?
Callie just goes, "Oh no, I'm out of my depth already. Oh god." Oh fucking. She kind of will turn and look at the others. She's holding on to the rope, like, She makes that face of, oh, got me there.
Because otherwise everything imbalances and goes to shit.
Something.
Besides, that thing's got to be giving him a toothache, right?
Sacred cycle, something.
Whirls back around. Would you give Thor the opportunity to mock you for not letting the cycle continue?
Because the cycle will continue, daughter of my sister. It will merely be a cycle that we dictate as the true scions of Jotunheim.
You know, I mean, oh boy. She kind of looks down at the group like, well, this got a lot more complicated. Than
Kevin looks at her like, is that a good thing for us?
That's the noise she makes. She'll think long and hard and then look up. Do you think the Allfather didn't think about that already?
So, you mean to tell me that the All-Father knows that his son, the meathead that he is, destroyed his birthright? I think not. I think that if Odin knew what had happened, he would have come and reclaimed it, but the fool is too stubborn to tell his father that he has lost his trinket.
Or perhaps he was waiting to see who would take the opportunity, Uncle, to curry favor and gain right into Asgard's gates.
The head kind of twitches ever so slightly.
What do you mean, daughter of my sister?
She'll smile just a slight bit. Think about it. Whoever brings back the hammer will be honored above all and gets to see inside, right where Asgard is, right where we've all been searching for. Who would suspect an innocent girl, maybe the daughter of Hel? Who would suspect that? Uncle. She like slither out the bifurcated tongue as well, like licking the side of her face, like fucking Slytherin style.
That sweet face. Do you actually have intentions of fucking over the Azure?
Of course, I'm the grandchild of Loki. Yeah, I do.
I accept this logic. You'll see him contemplate for a moment, and he'll say,
So, you see Asgard, welcomed into the flock. You become the wolf amid the sheep, and so it is Ragnarok can change. This is a good story. I like it. Is that your pledge to me, niece?
Of course, Uncle. I am my mother's honored daughter, and I live to serve the family's interests.
Do you swear upon your mother's name, then?
Swear. And what do you swear to me in return?
That I will grant you the bauble so that you can see Asgard and tell us of the place where it is we will invade. You will show us how to enter, and we will change what the world will know in its second coming.
Fuck.
Callie, this might not be a bad idea.
Let's look over. I know.
Okay.
Very well. I swear upon my mother and your sister that whatever secrets Asgard may hold, that I will be granted privy to, they shall be yours to plan and to see. However, upon making this oath, I cannot openly assist any of you. So long as that is clear, I am your eyes and ears and wolf among the sheep, but I cannot make it. It must be completely unknown to everybody else.
We accept this oath.
okay, Callie,
Mm-hmm.
because you have sworn on something tangible or sworn in someone's name, you become immediately aware that someone was watching and someone knew the oath was made.
I mean, I swore my mom, so I imagine she's like, "You did what?" You know what I mean?
You will see him fish with his long tongue in his mouth for a few moments before he will withdraw his tongue from his lips, leaning down, and on the tip of his huge forked tongue, you will see the stone elements or the metal element. I'm not exactly sure. No, Melandra is stone actually. The stone of the hammer, the haft, the actual hammer element of the hammer itself on the tip of his tongue.
She'll take it once it's presented down, and clonk it onto the handle awkwardly, like, oh god.
You can see there's still a piece missing, which is the actual cap of the hammer. So basically, you can put it on and they'll fit together, but they won't. The actual hammer element won't stay on the handle because it needs its cap to be put onto it, and you assume that that's another piece that's needed.
Yeah. Okay, she'll kind of look back at everybody like, I got it.
Your words have been heard, niece and daughter of my sister.
I suspect your sister and my mother will be very pleased.
I have no doubt.
You will see it start to sink beneath the waves. As this happens, however, as you guys touch the water, you are immediately thrust, kicking and screaming, back into the real world. You will find yourself in Callie's whatchamacallit,
Apartment.
there's the word.
Is the floor still wet?
No, everything is bone dry.
That happened. That is some serious that happened. But this might ultimately be a good thing.
Just look over her shoulder. I have just pledged to be a spy against Asgard.
I know, and I support you in your endeavors as my partner. But
looks over at Rhiannon.
I'm not sure how to feel about this, but I was involved. I can't feign ignorance, so I guess I'm along for the ride.
Well, think about it this way, Rhiannon. Freya is a Vanir. They only were aligned with the Aesir because Freya married Odin, and Odin treated her like shit. So, to just pat her on the head.
That is true.
On a side note, guys, you will hear from downstairs you will hear conversation going on downstairs.
Brow quirk.
Puts the hammer and points back where they were and walks downstairs, like wringing out the wet bits of her hair.
You will see Hope is sitting behind the counter, and there is tea and biscuits that have been laid out on the counter, and she is talking to this individual, who many of you know.
Evening, Padre.
Buongiorno, he will say as he stands up. I was just having a word with your rather pleasant daughter, Miss Bjornsson. She is rather a delight.
It's a nod. She is.
Do you think that we may have a conversation privately, myself and the four of you? I was going to say three of you. My apologies. I do not know you, miss.
Hello, my name is Rhiannon Shaw. I'm new.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Archbishop Matteo de Calvorne. of the Celestial Chorus, and I suppose I should get used to using it, the seat of Prime for the 9 mystical traditions.
Rhiannon will bow respectfully. It's a pleasure to meet the acquaintance of someone as highly esteemed as yourself.
Please, I am just a simple man. If you would not mind if we may have a private conversation for a few moments, Miss Bjornsson.
Of course.
Good. Where do you take him?
Upstairs, probably into the her sanctum.
I will point out, because this is actually really important, you should not take another mage who has a drastically different paradigm into your sanctum.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we moved all the sanctums to the chantry.
Yeah, but what would have been her sanctum room, we've moved them all anyway, so it would have been like the most private room.
Okay. So he will sit down. He will still have his tea, because Hope made him tea. She didn't know what else to do. But she will say, I've come here in order to discuss the long-term issues as it pertains, Miss Hope. I'm sure you understand that many people require some semblance of answer, and I have been keeping them at bay for as long as I can, but there will need to be some kind of official inquest.
Inquest.
He'll nod.
Oh,
Sorry, all of the mages were invited to this conversation, so by all means, feel free to be here. Just in case I didn't make that clear. Sorry, what were you saying? What were you saying, Turner?
Of what kind inquest are we talking about here?
I will be blunt and I will be honest. Something akin to Miss Hope has never happened before. We need to understand exactly what, for lack of a better term, what she is and the limitations thereof, and essentially to understand where it is she fits, if you understand my phrasing.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want this to be distressing. She seems a rather charming young lady. That is the last thing I would want. However, ultimately, her creation is still something that, while we have spoken to the Canticles of Lamentation who surrendered, we understand the basics of her creation from a metaphysical point of view. We have no idea of the limitations that she possesses. We know that her soul has a quasi-awakening, in the sense of it is an awakened soul, but the body itself is something that we've frankly never seen before, or rather that we have seen, but that no human has been able to create due to the sheer mind-boggling nature of its creation. So we would like your permission to run tests.
Tests? What
Yes,
kind?
enough. We need to ascertain exactly what she is, both physically, spiritually, and where it is she fits in fate and the Tellurian. I am not alone when I say this. This has been discussed with representatives of the magical community at large, and while it is we consider her to be a benefice, we're not exactly sure where it is she fits, and the tests are in order to determine this.
Now, if the council had been meeting without us, then.
I'm talking about the Grand Council.
Well, shit.
Trust me, we just mostly sit there and pontificate while saying how wonderful we are and drinking copious amounts of schnapps.
Allow me
like
to
schnapps.
propose a notion to you.
Is it that we switch to vodka?
Yes, but also, regardless of what else Hope may actually be, she is still currently an innocent. Depending on the nature of the tests, it could influence how she grows, what she learns, and there could be negative impact. How long can the council wait, and how much are they willing to allow us to be involved?
Ultimately, I would not have allowed the council to advance to this stage if they were going to prevent your involvement, so you will be involved. I have made certain of this. However, ultimately, she has found some semblance of home and normality with you, which we believe is important for her development as an individual. As for the tests themselves, we can wait a handful of months, maybe as many as 3. But people are clamoring for answers because even among the awakened community, there is a legitimate fear of the unknown.
Which is a glance over to Callie.
She's gonna rub her chin.
3 months is a good while, and enough to have her aware and braced, I think.
3 months is good. We'll give her time, and that way she can make the choice herself.
Ultimately, and I say this because it is honest, she will also have to come. He'll actually look at Callie and he'll say, "How honest have you been in the nature of how it was that she was created?"
We have not talked about it as such. It is more teaching her the basics before we go into what she is.
Mm-hmm. Ultimately, she was birthed, or the body was birthed, through an incredible amount of physical, mental, and spiritual suffering. It was nightmarish because, as you know, the canticles were under false delusions, and many of them. I tell you this because it is important that you know, many of them were under some kind of enchantment or mental manipulation that we are currently delving into the understanding of, but it is proving elusive. The entities in question in her creation did heinous things. I believe that this is something that she should be made aware of when it is you feel that she is ready for the realization, because I do not want it to be mentioned to her from a perspective of her being ignorant of the truth, if you understand me.
When the time is right, and when she is ready to be able to take that information the right way, and for her to understand it truly, I will tell her.
Good. Is there any questions you would ask me at this point?
If we wait the 3 months, she is guaranteed to have some semblance of normality before we go through the rigorous testing.
Yes.
She nod, looks over at Morgan.
We would appreciate some warning before people show up, that we know what to expect and so that we can have her know what to expect.
If you'd like, it was suggested that the testers come to meet her beforehand in order so that they build a social or some semblance of rapport before it is they simply start administering tests.
That is acceptable.
Hmm.
That way she is not afraid of it, or she does not feel like she is some sort of freak.
Mm. There's a nod.
I suppose then that you were involved. I suppose then that you were involved, or the lot of you, the royal you, were involved in the package that we got.
Package?
That sounds like a no.
I know nothing of any package.
We were supplied with. She kind of glances to Callie. Identification, bank accounts, all manner of basics to put her on the grid. We have not given them to her because we have no idea what the origin of the package is.
I'm sorry, that was not us.
Lovely.
I can look into it if you'd like.
That would be handy. She'll nod at Morgan.
Actually, here's a question. Did the box, when it showed up, did it actually have postage, or did it just fucking show up as though it was dropped at the door?
It showed up. However, I will point out Morgan has a fairly good idea where it came from.
Do I?
Yeah, there was a tarot card inside it.
Oh, yep.
Whose tarot card do you have?
Yep.
There we go.
Yep. I was about to be like, I'm about to. Damn it, Bob. She's gonna be like, Callie, you're gonna get mad if I do it here, aren't you?
Yes.
Be right back.
Do I have to switch?
Skittles
I have to switch
anyways.
overlays. I'll be back. 1 second. Hang on. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Hilariously, she does have to actually leave the bookshop proper before she's like, listen, what the fuck? Also, grab a bag of Skittles on her way out because she's out.
Well, okay, so you walk around the corner, I assume.
Yeah, it's one of those things where she'll find an alley or something, like somewhere out of the way, where he can poof into existence.
Mm-hmm. There we go. So what do you actually say when you hold the card?
Yeah, she just pulls it out of her pocket and kind of eyeballs it and is like, what did you do? Did you do the thing?
What do you mean? What did I do?
Oh, hey, there you are.
He
Pops her
appears.
bags up.
He's sitting cross-legged on a trash can.
She just kind of grins, shoves the thing back in her pocket. You the one who sent us all that paperwork?
Yes.
Oh, well, shit. Is it legit?
Insofar as it exists, yes.
God damn.
I can't actually see the chat at the moment. What did he say?
Were you not responsible for Uwe Boll's career?
You could ask him that in character someday if you'd like.
She just kind of rubs the back of her head. Well, shit. I wasn't sure, so I got paranoid. So it'll hold up?
Yes, I've made certain of that.
I'd say you're a saint, but I feel like that's practically a step down.
I'll shrug. I have a vested interest.
Gonna ask why? Besides,
You don't.
I suppose, the measure of the obvious.
Well, why do you think I have a vested interest?
Honestly, there is enough holy shit that I assimilated in such a short amount of time that it's kind of hard to keep track.
Well, let's
But-
phrase it like this. He'll say as he looks up to the sky. You know that Yuki Kimura was the mom, right?
Mm,
No one ever asked who the father was.
I mean, I did. I just don't think anyone knew the answer.
He'll kind of look at you with the really eyes.
Are you the baby daddy?
In a manner of speaking.
Aw.
Insofar as I gave it, well, insofar as my kind can have children.
I mean, it seems to be pretty effective. I'm just saying.
He'll shrug and he'll say, how to best phrase this? If through an action of good it is that you can do good, are you morally obligated to do good?
I suppose that depends on your morality.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Needless to say, I wanted to create something that was good because I thought that maybe if I did, other people or entities might notice.
I'll score
Why
one
else
for
do you think
Mason.
why else do you think it is that I put myself at, what I will not describe as not too definite personal risk to make sure that the soul, the one whose true name I created from nothing, I found where it needed to be.
It's just kind of a shrug, like, you know what? I'm not even mad.
So consider it my. He'll stop and he'll say, I can never meet her face to face. It's not something that can ever really happen. That's not to say that I don't care.
Can you see her?
If I look,
Even at a distance?
she can never see me, but I can see her. Yes.
Gotcha. All right, kept in mind. Well, in that case, congratulations, Daddy.
He'll reach out for a fist bump.
She will give him the fist bump.
As I said, maybe if I do something that is so good, so pure, people will notice. She is my testament to the fact that despite what people think, it might not necessarily be true.
No, I'm pretty well run over. Then again, there were a lot of Skittles involved in that, so.
He'll shrug.
Alright. Well, now that I know where the hell all that came from, we can actually break it out of the box. Whew. Fucking technocrats all over the city. Nah.
There's only one caveat.
Hmm?
The account has an infinite balance. However, it can only be used by Hope for what Hope believes that she needs.
I wasn't planning to take it.
I know. It's just that in case you thought that I was going to start paying your rent.
I
If
mean,
Hope believes you need your rent paid, then maybe.
noted. If
You'll
nothing
sta-
else, it'll be a lesson in morality, too.
He'll stand up and he'll say, as I said, I wanted to do something good, and maybe I have my chance in her. It's always good to see you, Morgan. I'm going to get going now. They're
Yep.
sacrificing a chicken to me in Bhutan.
Huh? Pops
Nothing.
a salute. Well, I mean, when you're needed, you're needed.
On a side note, he looks at her and he says, "You're kind of like me in many ways.
Oh, yeah?
Not all the stories they tell about you are true." Goodbye, Morgan.
Oh. We're gonna have a talk someday.
And he's gone.
Fucking marches back in.
If people are happy, we can end the scene there, unless they want to roleplay at me some more.
We're going to McDonald's, Hope. Where's that? In the direction of McDonald's, Hope.
I don't think it's a reference, but I'm sure it's a reference.
It's a fucking God of War thing. Girl.
All right, shall we call it there, guys?
Yeah.